So last week, good morning everyone. Welcome, Eniola. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Chukudi. I think just both of you are here for now. Sorry, Mr. Chukudi, I got your message regarding the recording of last week. Unfortunately, we used the wrong Google account, so I couldn't record. And because we're behind schedule, I just decided to take the class on anyways. But of course, I mentioned it to those who are in class that the class is not being recorded. So if they have other alternative of recording, I think a team I was able to record, but it wasn't clear enough. You understand? So today's class is being recorded, so it's going to be made available. Last week, just a way of recap. Last week, we were able to see the introduction of public speaking, and we say that nothing in life is more important than the ability to communicate effectively. And we mentioned that it's going to be a practical session, and a lot of us actually engage in public speaking and impromptu speech. Yeah, so we last week were able to learn, unlearn, and relearn some new techniques when it comes to communication. So we said communication plays a very, very vital role in our daily life. And we said that whenever you stand in front of an audience, you want to make an impact, because that's the reason why you are making a presentation. You want to make an impact. You want to leave your audience with something they will remember. You understand? I would say that most of the time, one of the things that can give us an avenue for us to speak in public is sales, marketing. But a lot of us in this country, we hate marketing job because it seems to be like, well, I have to convince you for you to buy or key in into my product. And that's it. Public speaking is about influence, about convincing. You understand? And we made mention that if you do not have the ability to communicate effectively, it affects even your technical skill. Imagine you have you're technically brilliant, 10 over 10, technically brilliant. If they give you any technical job, you can do it. You're technically brilliant. But when we ask you, explain what you have just done, it becomes a problem. So your ability to not communicate effectively will make people perceive you and rank you low in your communication style. You understand? And last week we were able to see that there is connection between when we have a similar object or a similar goal or a similar area. For example, if I study computer science and you also study computer science, it is easier for me and you to connect because there is something that we can use to begin our interaction. And I also made mention of the benefit of public speaking, why it is important, why public speaking is important. And I think I was able to relate my career path on how I was able to land a very good gig and all of that. So we said public speaking is all about influence, your ability to connect with people, your ability to change their attitude, your ability to put them into action, your ability to put in also emotion and all of that. Then of course we went ahead to say that when you appear before your audience, there are two things that they use to judge you: your physical image and, of course, your vocal image. Your physical image is the first thing that they see. It happens to be your appearance. How is your appearance? Yes. How is your appearance? If you appear before a certain audience and you're looking very dirty, what do they expect? They will judge you. They'll say this person is a very dirty person. And whatever you want to say will not make any meaning to them because they already perceive you to be somebody who is dirty. But what about if you look very clean and you appear before a certain audience? They already had a perception about you. They'll begin to ask themselves, where this guy come from? Who is he? He's looking so sweet, he's looking so nice. Where is he coming from? You understand? So that's your physical image. Then the next thing they judge you with is your vocal image. When you open your mouth and speak, it's okay, there's something here. Oh, this guy sounds so good. You understand? So those are benefits of public speaking. And we said what public speaking is an act and an art. Act, the process of you making a speech, the skill in which you use in making those skills and those speech. And we're able to look at some of the techniques that you can use in making your speech, which is the art. And we're able to also make mention of beliefs that we have held dearly for a very long time. And we said is the power of words, power of influence. You understand? Power of words, power of influence. So some of the beliefs you have beliefs because somebody today, somebody before made you to believe in it. And we're able to use more examples. Okay, just a moment. I think I need to admit. All. We're able to look at examples when we talk about World War II. World War II began as a result of power of words. I say the Jews are the problem. They are taking our wives, they are taking our job. Just in a small group, before you know, everybody start agitating. Yes, that's correct. That's power of words. You understand? We make so many examples, and because of time, we'll not be able to review all of those examples and all of that. Then we're able to look at the three parts of persuasion by Aristotle, and we said for you to be able to, the basic persuasion part of persuasion is ethos, logos, and pathos. And just look at it. When you see somebody that talks to you and you listen and you reason with them and they seems to get your attention, they have used these three logic we talk about, the logic of persuasion, which is logic, emotion, credibility. And we made mention of examples of how you can be a credible speaker and you can also lose your credibility. And we also made mention of logic, the logic you use in connecting with your audience. And we went all the way to Cicero's 5 canon of rhetorics, where he says this is how you need to arrange your body of your presentation for it to make meaning. You understand? So Cicero was a Roman lawyer and he was a very good orator. And in the Roman Empire, for you, they assume that if you're a good public speaker or if you're good in public speaking, it means automatically they assume you to be a leader. You understand? And that's how it works. So if you're a very good speaker, they assume you're just a leader. And oftentimes we see it plays around. The most outspoken person in a classroom would likely be the class rep. The most outspoken person in a university may likely be the SVG president. So they believe in somebody who is outspoken. You understand? So Cicero was one of them. He was an outspoken person. So he was saying that for you to be able to build your speech on clarity, you must do these 5 things. One of them is that you must invent your speech. You understand? You must invent your speech. And he made mention that every public speaking engagement is an argument. Every public speaking engagement is an argument. That is, any public speaking engagement you are carrying out, you just want to build an argument. You understand? It's an argument. Any way you want to put up. Because I may say something else and somebody else will say something else. You are trying to justify it. And that's an argument. Argument here does not mean that we need to be fighting. No. We need to quarrel. No, that's not what it means. Argument here means you make a point. I also make a point. Then we begin to drag. We begin to make our point. We begin to drag and see where we'll make a difference and all of that. You understand? And I made mention of it. There's every possibility that if you attend another public speaking class, what the facilitator may tell you will be different from what I'm telling you. And that's it. It's all about argument. I will make mention of so many examples like Hidabasi, where they say, okay, she didn't wash the rice before she poured it into the biggest pot of jollof rice ever made in Africa or in the world, as it may be. And some people were like, no, she washed the rice. So when she was when before they brought the rice out and pour it into the pot. You understand? So a lot of argument, all of those are arguments, you understand. So the next thing is arrangements. Yes. So you could start with question, you could start with story, you could start with a quote, you could start with silence. It all depending on your audience. And we also made mention of your style. What style are you going to use in making your delivery? What style are you going to use? First, in your body of your arrangement, your body of your presentation, you're going to be having your introduction. You have your benefit of why they are listening to you. What will be the learning outcome? What will be the learning objective? Then, of course, you go to the body of your presentation, which is the actual presentation. Then we say conclusion, then call to action. Every presentation, you must have a call to action and the main mention of an example of that. Then the style, you may want to also make an influence. You may want to use maybe one sentence that will grab your audience attention. You understand? And we made mention of body language. There's also another one that we made mention of, icebreaker. Yes, you may want to use icebreaker. You look at yourself and see what works for you. And we have also been able to say we're able to look at many businesses that started as a result of motivational quotes. You understand? I started my restaurants with 1 cup of beans, 1 cup of rice, and all of that. You get. So Cicero is saying that you can choose any style, the style that helps you. You understand? Rhetorical course that can help you. Let me see. Okay, your favor is here. Just a moment, let me admit favor. Favor is in. I don't know, this Google Meet that I'm using today, the Google Meet that I'm using today, I have not put it on setting where everybody can just join. I'm seeing Hillary. So there are other people who are trying to join in. I didn't know that it was going to. So maybe after the class, I'm just going to do the setting to ensure that everybody just comes in straight up. You understand? Yeah. So Sister was talking about style, rhetorical style, and he made mention that as a good speaker, you must always have a retentive memory. No, we are not saying have okay. We are not saying that cram all what you are going to be making presentation on. No, that's not what we are saying. Hey, have a memory at least where you can discuss for the next 2, 3, 4 minutes. Then you come back to your slide. And look, there's nothing wrong with you having a PA, small notes. There's nothing wrong with it at all. In any public speaking engagement that you find yourself, you can have your small note, and there is no need for you to hide your small note. Please make it obvious. Let your note be obvious. So that at the end of the day, because the goal is for you to make an impact. The goal is not for you to show yourself that you know it all. You understand? So we're able to look at Cicero's rhetorical style of speech delivery. And the last one was delivery, how you are going to make your delivery. And we also look at the modern day element of public speaking. Who are we speaking to? What medium are we using? Whom, what medium, effects, and all of that. And they were able to look at the styles of speech. We look at impromptu speech. I think that's where we stopped last week. So is there anyone here that has not done his or her impromptu presentation? Anyone here that's not done? Yes, because today we are focusing majorly on those who were online because you guys were unable to do your impromptu speech. So who is ready? So that we'll begin with our impromptu speech. Who is ready? Who is ready for us? Who is ready for us? Yes, Mr. Kizito, you can unmute your mic. You can unmute your mic. Hello, Mr. Kizito, are you there? Okay. This is the way we take attendance. So, yes, let me call on. I think Favor is in the house now. Favor, are you in? Like I saw Favor just now. Right. Okay. Is it that everybody is dodging?
Yes, I'm in, sir.
Okay, yes, you are here, right?
Yes, sir.
I saw Favor just in now. I don't know why she's not here. All right. Mr. Kizito, what are your area of interest?
So I'm in.
Okay, you are in, right? Okay.
Faith,
Okay.
not Favor.
Okay, Faith. Yes, I'm looking for Favor. Favor came in. Yes, Favor came in. Mr. Kizito, what are your area of interest?
My areas of interest in public speaking. I just really want to know how to speak very well.
Yes. So the question we're
When-
asking is, the question we're asking you is, what do you like to do?
oh, I'm not really
Do you watch
getting the
football?
questions.
Do you watch football?
Not really, sir. Not really, sir. Sometimes I do.
Okay. Okay, it's fine. But at least if you have an idea. So you're about to engage in an impromptu public speaking speech. It's a practical session, like we said last week. Some people already engaged in an impromptu speech. So we are going to
Sir.
give you a topic. You are going to deliver it, like
All right,
right
sir.
on the spot. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, sir.
All right. So presently, there has been a discussion about a certain football club in the English Premier League. They call them butlers. Can you discuss on it?
It's- sir, I really can't, sir. For now.
Okay, so what we're saying that even when you don't know what to say. Okay, you were not in the class last week?
No, I wasn't, sir.
Okay, fine. So let's give it to somebody else. Let's see. Let the person do it. Then you can
All
now
right, sir.
maybe learn from it. Yes. Who is here? I'm really hoping that Favor comes in because I really want Favor to make a presentation. Yes. Faith. 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 Good morning, Faith. I'm calling you guys now. All right. I know public speaking is all about practical session. Oh. We cannot go on like this. We cannot go on like this. We can't go on like this. Okay, Eniola.
I want to try.
Okay, you want to try?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me give you a topic.
I have a topic in mind.
No, that's not an impromptu speech. If you already have a topic, it's not an impromptu speech. I will be the one to give you a topic. So they will just call you and tell you, come and deliver a speech, and that will be it. Yeah. What are your area of interest?
Poultry farming.
Poultry farming. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. But I will not give you anything in your area of interest, anyways. Yeah. So let me give you. There's a part of the scripture that made mention that The swift do not always win the race. The swift do not always win the race. Uh, the intelligent ones do not always have the riches. So you can pick any of these two. Yes. The swift do not always win the race. Can you discuss on it?
Um, let me try. Let me try. Good morning, everyone. My name is Father Renola Victoria. Well, I would like to speak on the topic that says the swift do not always win the race. Firstly, I would like to ask anybody that what do we understand by the word swift? So, swift can be someone that is active, like someone that is fast. The way you are fast, maybe probably in a race, the person that came first, or the no, the person that is winning, the person that is ahead of others can be defined as the swiftest person. So the reason why the swift doesn't always win the race is that it's not about who came first. It's not about who got there first. It's about what you achieve, the result at the end of the race, your result at the end of the day, what you achieve, what you were able to achieve, the things you were able to win, like the attention of people you were able to get at the end of the day is what determines the race. So I think
Call to action. Call to action.
I okay, the attention of people you were able to draw during the race, the people you were able to touch, the lives you were able to touch during the race, and the result at the end of the race is what determines the race. It's not about who came first. It's not about who is ahead of others. It's about what you were able to achieve, the result, and lives you were able to touch, and people, the attention of people you were able to draw at the end of the race is what determines the race. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eniola. So feedback. 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 Yes. Criticism. Criticism. Anyone? Mr. Rabiu. Mr. Rabiu, criticize. We need you to criticize. Okay, seems like most of us just join in and.
Good morning.
Okay, Mr. Rabiu, are you there?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Did you listen to your last presentation?
Not that well.
Okay, so you cannot criticize. Thank you. Mr. Kizito.
Yes, sir.
Yes, criticize. In our class, we criticize because they also
Okay.
criticize you. So criticize.
Okay. I guess she's good. At least for a start, she's good.
Okay. What is she good? What is she good at?
Her introduction and the way she presented is really cool and awesome for a start.
Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So you like her introduction?
Yes, the way she introduced,
Okay.
I really love the introduction.
Beautiful. All right. So I think it's just me that is here. Thank you very much, Eniola. Now let me make an input. Yes, she used all the techniques we made mention of last week, where even if the topic is a very difficult topic, the first thing you want to do is buy yourself some time. So buying herself some time, she was able to introduce herself and introduce the topic she was speaking on. What did she do in introducing the topic? She asked a question. She asked a question, but the question was rhetorical. She didn't allow the audience to respond, but it was a beautiful start. So if she had waited for a response, that would have also buy her more time. Then she went all the way to the body of her presentation. She introduced what swift mean. She defines it. She explained what it means. And she now brought it back to reality of life. That look, the reason why that phrase has gone that way, that the swift do not always win the race, is because at the end of the day, no matter how fast you are, what is your achievement? Did you achieve what you were running after, what you were fast about? Did you achieve it? Because the result is what will determine your pace that you have implemented. That running faster does not mean that you will achieve. So your result will be your result at the end of the day will determine if you have actually achieved something. So running and not having anything, or running without any results, that's why the phrase is termed the swift do not always win the race, because there are instances where you will run and at the end of the day you didn't achieve anything. Then at the end of the day, she was able to also finalize it and say thank you. Yes, although I was expecting more call to action like I hope we now understand that running is not just about running, but it's about achieving results. Thank you very much. So basically, that's call to action. That's reinforcing uh, our topic. So above all, she did very, very well, and Yola did very, very well. So who do we have next that has not made their presentation? So Mr. Kizito, over to you now. You have been able to learn all some one or two techniques. So I want you to now make your presentation. Do you still remember your topic?
No, sir. Just drop the topic again, sir, so I can.
Yes. Yes. So there has been an English Premier League team that are known as the Bottlers. Why are they called the Bottlers? Why are they called the Bottlers? Why are they called the Bottlers? So that's the question. So you can go ahead. Faith, I'm coming back to you. Yes, I'll come back to you. Mr. Kizito, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Good morning. My name is Chuko Kudili Kizito. Before we start, I want to ask, what is butler?
You're asking the audience, Abi?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can pick anybody and you ask. So you ask. If you are not getting response, you have to repeat the question again and look at the people who are on the class and try to get their attention.
Okay. Mr. Rabiu, please, can you tell me what the English league, which is known as the butler means?
Well, I I think it's from bottle, bottle like wa. Maybe they perform very well when they are. It's just like they are in wa or bottle whenever they are played. That is what I assume, but I'm not sure.
Okay, let me try what the butler. I understand by butler.
Okay.
Like the layman, maybe producing, maybe in a place where they're producing things that needed, or can those that fuse it in water or drink. I think.
Okay, Mr. Kizito, are you there? You have gotten a response. So Mr. Kizito. All right. Okay. So we leave. I think we have to leave that as presentation. Let's go to others. Favor, you are welcome. I've been waiting for you because your presentation is today. Yes, so let's go to Faith. Faith, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Faith. Yes, what are your area of interest?
My area of interest, business and accounting.
Business and
Please,
accounting.
sorry. My network was skipping, sir. Sorry, sir. Sorry for keeping you guys waiting. My network was really skipping, sir.
Okay. So just hold on. Let's wrap up with Faith. Yes. So we'll come back to you. Let's wrap up with Faith. Yes. Faith, you said your area of interest is business and accounting.
Yes, accounting by profession and business too.
Or
By trade.
business. Yes. Okay. Yes. So now let me give you a topic. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes. It has been said that customer is the life of any business. Customer or customers are life of any business. Discuss.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Good morning, everybody. My name is Machuku Faith Chisom, a current serving corps member in ADME, Abampa, and companies. We render service of tax consulting and auditing. So, said my top and the topic I came here before us is customer are the lives of a business. Yes, firstly, I want us to understand who a customer is. Yes, we all know what is business. Business is what we do day to day. Our daily activities are mostly in some area brings us income. So I want somebody in the I have 2 key points and I've given a definition of what, and I want somebody in the house to give me a definition of what he or she understand by customer. Who is a customer?
Okay, customer is one who comes to buy from the seller.
Okay, that's a good definition. I want somebody else who has something deeper.
Well, good morning. A customer can be a consumer or can be defined in another way that someone who buys goods or services from a shop or a store owner. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody still have anything to say? I should pick on. Okay, I think the both, I'll go with their definition. The both of them are very correct. Customer are people that buys things from the seller. And also customer are those, they are final consumers. Yes, they are final consumers. They might not be final consumers. They might still be at the middle. So customers are those who patronize, those who sell. Customers are people that need your service for something. Customers are people that come to you and ask you for should I say, for to render service, you guys, she render service to you, you render service to him or her, and you take the value for a return. So these are who customers are. You are a customer, I can be a customer too to somebody else. So it's a chain that never ends. Everybody is a customer to something, or to somebody, or to somewhere. So now customer is the life of the businesses, because I'm going to now expand this fact that customers are the life of a business, because a business exists because there are customers that need them. A business exists because before that business existed, the person who initiated that business has gone to see, has gone to research on the needs of what that business is going to solve in the area. So those people that are in need of a particular something that you innovated are your customers. Those that you want to satisfy their needs, they are your customers. So now they are the life of the business, because without them, that business will not function. And again, without them, you getting their feedback, that business will not function. So I don't know if I should go deep. I don't know if we have more time, but with this few explanation, your customers are the life of the business, because the reason why you're bringing that business is to solve problems. So you meeting the needs of those problems is making your business lively and is expanding it to a different target from what it was initially. So I don't know if I've been able to explain anything about customer and business, giving it a life to the business, I mean to say. Thank you very much, and I hope you understand it. Is there any question or anybody that wants to make to expatiate something more? I'll be glad to let us know about it. Yes, I would want somebody to ask a question. Is anybody? I don't know if I'm communicating or I'm talking to myself. I don't know if network is disturbing. Eniola,
The network
Well,
yeah.
let me ask you a question. We have different types of customers. So can you please tell us, can you mention the types of customers we have? Because every customer don't let me let's tell us the type of customers we have.
you can go on what you want to say. Every customers can do it.
If I should say what I wanted to say, you will understand. So I just want to ask that what are the type of customers we have? We have different type of customers. So what can you just highlight or tell me the types of customers we have?
Okay. Firstly, I will not go into the book aspect of telling us the type of customers we have. So, but all I know is that to just answer it in a general view, I know that there are customers who don't buy directly from you, while there are customers that directly patronizes you, while there are also other customers that should I say they how do I put it, advertise your products. So, or through them, there are these invisible ones that maybe have once advertised your as one patronize you, and other people were able to get you from them. So I don't know if I'm going there. If it is the book aspect of what it is listed about types of customers, no, I don't think I can list that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You've answered the question. Thank you.
Okay, so you feel like there's a link. I can teach the class, and I'm also in the
What do you say? The
I
network
think
is
you think
poor.
that there is a question for this question, you can just let us know.
No, that's what I wanted to hear actually. Like the customers that might not be physical are those that are online. So you've answered the question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think I'm done with the topic. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
All right, thank you very much. Great. Nwachuku, I hope I got that correct. Please, criticism, criticize, criticize, criticize. If you know criticize, they will criticize you. Criticize. Yes, let me call on Mr. Zibos. Yes, criticize. Okay. It's not there. A favor. Favor, criticize. Go ahead and criticize, favor. Criticize, money. Criticize, oh, favor. I know. In public speaking and presentation, you must have something to say. So just say something. Say something. What she did good, what she did bad. Say something. Okay, let's move to Eniola. Yes, criticize.
Well, she did so very well. She introduced the topic, and she has points. For an impromptu speech, she has a very good point. She really tried. So my whole understanding, for an impromptu speech with what she did so very, 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 very well. So
Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Israel, criticize.
Good morning, sir. When she was, my network is not steady. When she was speaking, I was busy doing something, so I didn't really listen to her.
Okay. Yes. Who else has not criticized? Yes, Mr. Kizito, criticize.
She did well, sir. I really appreciate her speech.
We couldn't hear you, Mr. Kizito.
Okay, sorry, I said she did well. She did well. All the points being listed, she did well, sir.
Okay, thank you for that. Yes. So feedback. Those of us in the house, do we have feedback? Damilola? No. In public speaking, okay, you didn't hear. Okay. So the next presentation, you are going to criticize. Okay, so our feedback to Faith. Yes, she understood the topic. Yes, she understood the topic because it's an area of interest. That's one. Secondly, she was able to introduce herself. Yes, she introduced herself. She told us where she works, and she went ahead and told us her background and what they do in the organization. And that's a very, very good start. Yes. And she was able to elaborate on the discussion of who a customer is, why customers are the lifeline of every business and all of that. And she was able to bring out the point that makes us to know that if there are no customer, businesses will not run. She was able to make that point. So above all, she did very, very well. But there are two things that she did that also is astonishing. She gave a room to our audience. Does anyone have any question? And it's very good. It means that you're a confident speaker. You can respond to questions and all of that. Yes. But there's something you will not do when you give your audience an opportunity for them to ask questions. Do not always say you don't know. Don't say you don't know. Even when you know the right question they're asking and you don't have the right answer, find a way and give the answer that you know. Yes. So where she made a little error was when she now watered down all of her effort by saying, I know there are plenty types of customer, but I would not want to go into the details of explaining the different types of customer. There was no need for that. Just tell us what you know. You understand? Leave your audience to go and wonder again. I know that there are internal customer, there are external customer, but why is this person telling me this? Okay, let me go and also make a research. You understand? So you put your audience for them to also wonder. So don't water down. Don't remember you are the master. You are the person who is on the stage. You are the person who knows what you are going to say. You understand? So don't water it down. Then another observation in your introduction was you said, I am a core member serving in so organization. Last week we said you don't say you are a core member. And also, we made mention of it. Don't say you're a core member. You simply say, my name is Faith Mwatuku. I'm currently undergoing my National Youth Service. Yes, it has more gravitas than saying you're a core member. So that's the difference between you that attended this class and somebody who has not attended this class at all. Yes, I hope you have been able to take all of those points. So now let's go back
Yes, sir.
to Mr. Kizito. Yes, Mr. Kizito, are you there? After that, we'll go to favor. Then we'll now begin our discussion properly for today. We'll use the
Yes,
next
sir.
1 hour to discuss.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. Sir, the
Yes, Mr.
topic you
Kizito,
gave
are you
me.
ready? Or we should just start later, we'll call you.
Yes, just start. Sir, the topic
Okay,
you gave me,
so
I'm
it means it's not an impromptu speech anymore. I will give you another topic.
all right, sir.
Yes. Okay, so let's begin.
Okay.
Favor, please also get ready. So today we are going to learn what experienced speakers have used to conquer these fears. Some people feel like fainting when they call them to come and speak in public. They'll be like, "See me ground open, make they enter." You understand? But when you see an opportunity to speak is for you to also develop yourself, for you to enhance yourself. An opportunity for you to stand in front of audience is a chance for you to sell what you have, sell your product, sell anything you have. But of course, in business world today, the obstacle has been, how do I approach this person? How do I sell my product? It has always been a biggest obstacle. So what are the reactions you get when you are called upon to speak? What are the reactions that you get? When you are called upon to speak, suddenly, what are the reactions you get? Yes, personally, what are the reactions you get? Okay, you get scared.
Because one thing is you're not sure if people will understand what you are saying. So you're like, do I really know what I want to say? Because yeah,
So you get, what about your physical
I used to have shiver at my back.
okay, your own is shiver at the back.
Yes,
Okay.
and my heart.
And your heart will now be being. Okay, what about you?
Oh, this kid, I'm not always good in speaking in public, and my voice used to shake a lot.
Okay, your own is your voice. Yes, your voice will be having a reaction. Yes, those of us online, what is your reaction when you are called upon to speak? What happens? We have got pounding heart. She's going to, you have shiver at the spine. Yes, your voice will be having quickly voice. Your voice will be doing as if it's jerking. Yes. So what are your own? Use the chat, don't use the chat box. You can just unmute your mic and you speak. Yes. What happens to you when you are called upon to speak? Your physical yeah. Yes.
Yes.
You said?
As for me,
Just hold on.
as for me,
Say that
my
again.
voice.
Say that again.
As for me, my voice is.
Hello? Hello.
Hello. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, can you
Hello.
hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
Hello.
Yes,
I
we can
think
hear
there's
you.
no.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, my name is Rabiullah Muhammad. And me, sometimes I have so many things to say. Sometimes even better than those people who are standing talking. I have some ideas sometimes, but I'm afraid to show because I'm not too used to speak in public. So sometimes I just share that ideas to some of my friends so they may talk about it when they have already accepted the idea. And sometimes there are so many times that I feel I should be the one to present the idea or the speech. But since I was a child, I don't like speaking in public. Or I'm afraid to speak in public because I'm not used to it. So, but sometimes when I have already started talking, then the fear will just go. There will be no more fear. But before I start, I feel uh, like something bad. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So, what is your bodily reaction whenever you are called to speak? Do you have dry mouth? Is your hand begin to shake? Is your voice begin to shake? Is your palm begin to bring out water as if it is a ocean? Yeah, do you have stomach cramps? What are your body reaction? That's the question. How does your body react? Do you
Well,
have anything that indicate that
it's
triggers
my
your body reaction? That's
it's
our
my heart.
question.
It's my heart. I feel like it is coming out. It
Okay,
is
so
my
that's
heart.
pounding heart. So is having a pounding
Mm.
heart. Yes. Who else? Who else? Who else? When you are called to speak, what happens to you, Mr. Kizito? When you were called to speak today, what was the first bodily reaction that happened to you?
I was scared. I was scared because I've never done this before.
Yes. So Mr. Kizito was scared because he has not done that before. So oftentimes, the reason why people are scared when they are called to speak is because they want to appear perfect. You want to be
No,
perfect.
I do
You don't
speak in
want
class. Do I do
any
speak in
stain. You
class?
don't want any dent. Maybe because you have some credibility somewhere you want to protect. Now, if you continue to think like that, you will not ever come out and speak. You will never do that because you want everything to be okay. You understand? And before you come out and speak, you want everybody to believe that, okay, no, this guy is a very smart guy. So if you come out and speak, if you do blunder now, that incredibility when you get, the thing will disappear. The moment you begin to feel that you are smart, then you begin to make mistakes. And that's just it. The mistake will begin to come. The most confident people, to me, they are stupid people. The most confident people, to me, they are stupid people because they don't care what anybody says. They'll just say it the way it is. We used to have, in my class, we used to have people who can just say raw things and they don't care. They'll just be raw. And you'll be wondering, I used to have one guy like that. What's his name? Lieutenant Anekwe. He says it the way it is. You said? No. This one was in school. He just says it. There is no sugarcoating. He just tells you. You understand? So may I feel because they don't care. So I regard them as stupid persons. But because you care about what people will say about you, that's why you are trying to be what? Be perfect. You care about what people are going to say. But people who don't care, they'll just say it the way it is. Somebody like this guy online, I think maybe very dark man, he just says it the way he wants to say it. Doesn't care whatever you want to think of him. You understand? Now, the reason why most of us, if you have 4 or 5 of your friends here now, will it be difficult for you to begin a discussion with them? No, it will not. Because you are comfortable with them, not so? Yes. So that same comfort that you experience with your friends, discussing, laughing out loud, that is the same thing we are saying. Carry that same comfort to an audience that you do not know. Carry that same thing to an audience that you know. If you do that, then you'll be elevating your speaking abilities. Now, ways for you to transform the public speaking fear into excitement. Now, one of the first things you need to do is when you are called upon to speak, you want to take a deep breath. You want to breathe in, breathe out. Let's do that exercise. Those of us in class, please, you can stand up. Yes. Those of us online, please take this exercise as well. Yes. One way for you to transform fear into confidence when you are called upon to speak. So you breathe in. You breathe out. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Now, when you are called to speak, if you do this, it makes you to relax. The muscles relax. You can sit. The muscles will relax. So we're going to be looking at all of those techniques. The first one is you want to breathe in, deep breathing. It helps you to relax your anxiety, your trigger of fear, all of those things will subside. You understand? Your breathing rate. You know, you said you begin to have a pounding heart, right? Your breathing rate will also reduce. You will feel normal with the audience. You'll be able to carry them along. You understand? Now, this thing happens to us whenever we want to enter a reputable office. Maybe we're looking for a job. When you are the next. You know that fear will just be the next. You are beginning to think, what am I going to meet? Even from the point of opening the door, some of us will even do like this before we enter. You understand? So if you use deep breathing to help you to relax, you understand? Then another one is shifting focus outward. Shifting focus outward. Don't pay attention to what people say. Do not pay attention to what people say. If you pay attention to what people say, you would not deliver your speech the way you're supposed to deliver it. You must focus on facts, not on what people say. What did you say yesterday? Computer science is a fact. Can I take it away from you? No. You also did computer science. It's a fact. Can I take it away from you? No. So, shifting focus. Forget about the embarrassing moments. Maybe you are falling off stage. No, forget about it. Focus on what you need to do. Focus on your delivery. That's the most important thing. You understand? Now, the whole essence of public speaking is for me to influence. You understand? Influence. That's the whole essence of it. So my ability to influence you should be what I should be concerned about, not what people say. And I think last week we talked about management because there are some audience that when you are speaking, because you also want to make an influence, there are one group of people who are discussing. I will call it management, stage management, we call it audience management. Walk straight to that axis. I'm not saying engage them, but just walk straight to that axis. You can look at their face while you're explaining something. You understand? When you are doing that, you have helped them to shift focus to you. that their subject matter that they're discussing, automatically it stops. At the end of the day, what do you want to do? You want to you want to influence. So if there are a group of people who are in one corner who are making noise, will you be able to influence everyone? Not at all. You understand? So you need to focus, shift focus to fact. Sometimes we have this information that we want to pass. Information is fact. We know, say our audience don't get that information. You know that you have a desire to pass that information. You have a burning desire to pass that information. Let's say, for example, they say maybe you heard it from a reliable source. They're telling you that look, our next month allowance is coming. They say they are going to pay 500. And your CPS members don't know. So when you come, you know there is that desire, that burning desire for you to relate it, for you to even be the first person to relate the person. If there's something else, they say, no, ask Amilola, I should get reliable information. They're able to deliver an information, they're able to give your audience an information that at the end of the day actually happens, does happen. That's created a credibility for you. You understand? That's created. So you have been able to do what? Make an impact. And the impact is that Damilola always have a reliable source of information. You understand? So when you are on the stage, one of the things that the audience see is that you are a god. That's what they see. They see you as a god. Because why are they not there? That stage. So for you to be in that stage, let's say you still sabi, there's a lot of things that you know. So they see you as God. You understand? Like I said, I think last week, I always say that in this class, we must always criticize ourselves. If there is nobody criticizing us, it means that we are not doing anything. We are not doing anything. Because here that we came is that we want to make an impact. We want to influence you. That when you walk out of this door, you feel that, okay, I've learned something. You understand? Somebody has been able to point out areas where I need to make an improvement. And that's why we always say criticize. Always have something to say. It is very, very important. Always have something to say. You understand? So to be a good speaker, we must focus, shift focus outward. You understand? Take a deep breath. Visualization. Mental rehearsal. Do you have, maybe you have been informed about the public speaking engagement? Maybe, for example, maybe in one minute time, you'll be called upon to stand at the podium and speak. And what do you need to do for you to conquer? Remember, we are looking at how we can conquer the fear of public speaking. Now, what do you need to do? You can visualize the stage. Imagine you are there. Think about your audience, the crowd. Now, this happened to me. This is what I did. When I knew that I was going to perform comedy when I was in camp, before the comedy night, I actually went on stage. There are people in this meeting who are trying to join me. I actually went on stage. I look at the hall from afar. You know, when you are sitting in the audience and when you are in the stage, it's two different things. Two different things. Just go and try it. Maybe if you have not had opportunity to do public speaking before, just go and try it. Try to be on stage. You now realize that okay, this place where they different. You understand? And that's why so many people they can criticize you where they are sitting. Oh, but you know, Sadoya, you come. When they now climb the stage, fear will grip them. Because everybody's eyes on what? It's on you. So when you have a public speaking engagement, before that engagement, one of the things you want to do, you go to the stage, see it, or you can visualize it. When you visualize it, it helps you to know how you can manage the audience. Now, another thing you want to do, another technique you want to also use to visualize yourself is record a 5-minute video of yourself. Record it, put a camera, any topic of your choice, just record it, record yourself. Now, immediately you are done recording yourself, please do not watch it. because that time you are too damn critical. You want to find faults in all of the things you have recorded. So the first thing you want to do is that after you are done recording, to play that recording. You turn off, you turn off the camera. That is, when you have recorded yourself, you increase the volume, to face the phone down and listen to what you have said. Listen to all of the things you have said. Now, this is what you want to do. You want to pick out all the filler words, like the the I mean, all of those filler words, itemize them. Then the next thing you want to do is this time around, you turn down the volume of the recording, turn down the volume, and watch the video. Just watch the video, your body gesture, and look at it. Is this something I like? This is how I appear. Look at your gestures and all of that. This is something you must do. We call it auditory review. You have to do it. You understand? So when you do this, you can now find areas where you can improve. So self visualization is the first thing you need to do. You understand? Then the third thing you want to do is get the video transcribed. You all know what transcription is? Yes. All your words. All your words. It will bring them out. It will bring them. That's when you will now find all of those filler words. Then when you are even listening to yourself, you now ask yourself, is this the kind of voice I like? Do you like your own voice? Do you understand? Do you like your own voice? Oh, this is how I sound. Then get it transcribed. Look for all the filler words, because filler words robs of clarity. Your arm, the robs of clarity. That is, all of your messages that are supposed to be clear. Those filler words will just miss. Are we together? So this is one of the techniques you want to do when it comes to visualization. Another one is for us to focus on facts and not fear. Focus on facts and not fear. I think I've mentioned it before. You studied computer science, is a fact. Nobody can take it away from you. So if I ask you to make a presentation in your field, you should be able to make a presentation in your field. The truth is that it is not everything that I know. It is not everything that you know. It is not everything that team also knows. So that's the fact. It's a fact. So you focus on it rather than focusing on fear. So what are the fears that we usually have? We mentioned it before. Pounding heart, yes, shivers on the spine and all of those things. You're shivering, quickly voice, cold, your sweat, you understand, and all of that. So leave all of those things out and focus on facts. Please let us repeat this. I have practiced my speech many times. You can say that. I have practiced my speech many times. Go ahead and say it. I've practiced my speech many times. I am an expert on this topic. I have notes with major bullet points to keep the structure of my talk. I have practiced my speech many times. I'm an expert on this topic. I have notes with major bullet points to keep the structure of my talk. When you say this to yourself before you go out there, you see your delivery will be different and will be eloquent. You understand? There is something that this guy does. It's an example I want to make. Ebuka. How many of us know Ebuka? Yes, Ebuka, the host of Big Brother. There is something he does that makes you keep talking about him. It's his visual image. In one, is this session now? Yes, maybe on a Sunday where they are doing eviction. Yes. He doesn't put on just one attire. When they go for commercial break, you see him with another attire. When they go for another commercial break, you see him with another different attire. Then you, the viewer, you are not paying attention to what he says anymore. You are paying attention to his physical image. Then you begin to tell yourself, but you see that clothes without wear. Oh boy, that's it. Who do that design for her? Who do this one for her? Who do that one for her? They have set you to focus on what? Facts. They have to shift your focus. Don't help you shift your focus now. You are paying attention to his attire. So those are the things we want to do. For me, maybe that's his icebreaker. So many of us here have an icebreaker. So many things that we can use. For me, I love to do analogy. That's my own style. Analyze. Analyze. Look at this. Let's analyze it. Look at this. Let's analyze it. So you must pick your area of niche or area of icebreaker that best works for you. Sometimes it might be your voice. There are people who have a very good voice. Sometimes it might just be your body. There are people who will climb the stage. I remember what's his name? Mr. Dennis used to say when they were in this public speaking association, there's this lady that has figure eights. When she climbs on stage, boys will just begin to shout. Even her own girls go to jealous her. That's an icebreaker. She has been able to use it and get your attention. And deliberately, she will now choose to catwalk. When she does that, everybody's eyes is on what? Is on her. And those are facts. You understand? So you focus on facts and not fear. Build your speech on clarity, like we mentioned. It is very tempting for you to, when you make a research on a topic, you want to bombard us with everything that you have researched. Everything where you see. If you check here or any material already, then you come that day, you won't tell us everything. Some of us will forget. That's just the truth. We will forget. You want to make it as simple as possible. Please don't build it on ambiguousness. Don't build it on complexity. Make it simple. When your speech is simple, it makes an impact. When you leave, people can remember the simple stories, the simple analogy. We know Patrick Obayoba. How many of us know him? That guy from Edo State. Tungaga, Tuangaga. His English are not they are not straightforward. His English are correct. Those who know who have studied English, they say what he's saying is correct. But the truth is that, do I understand what he's saying? No. And the essence of communication is for me to communicate, for you to understand. So please make your speech, build your speech on what? On clarity. Don't put BB grammar and say, oh, he has gone to Harvard. Forget that thing. You understand? Forget that thing. So make your speech very simple and not complex. Another thing we can use is storytelling. If you want your audience to listen to you, tell them about yourself. Tell them about yourself. I don't know. There's this guy I met in camp recently. His name is Big Ben White. I don't know if he came to your camp during the orientation, but there is something he did. Now, when he wanted to start his speech, he said when he was in Port Harcourt, he stole 120,000. Now, it is not because now when he stole that 120,000, they took him to the market square, they descended on him. They rip up his garments, they bring tire, they were about to burn him. And that's where somebody came in to his rescue. Now, this same guy is telling you that he stole. Now, he's telling you that it's not even the stealing that was the issue. It is the beating that they gave him. Then he now come to become who he is today. Imagine me coming to tell you, say, before, my former way of life, and still like it. Will you not want to listen to me? What thing make you really good? So the audience, you already grab the audience attention. But how many people want to admit that you want to admit that you do bad things? How many people want to do that? So when they see somebody who is admitting that, look, I used to be an armed robber before. I will like, tell us. I want to hear your story. So you could grab the attention with storytelling. Look for a story that fits. You understand? Look for story. So you can even use this in your. I think we said it last week. Yes, introduce stories when you are called upon to speak. Introduce stories. Because we Nigerians, we like stories. That's the only way to grab our attention. You may forget every other thing that we have discussed so far. But you see that story when I tell you, you don't go forget. You understand? So it's another thing we want to use. The do's and don'ts in storytelling, please, when you are making a point, don't say two stories on one point. Don't give two stories on one point. If you do that, it will rub off the first story you have given on that point. So on each of your points, have different stories if you need to have stories. But basically what we are saying is that at the introduction of your speech, one of the first things you want to do, your attention grabber, you could start with a story. You understand? Body language. Body language. You agree with me that many of us that participated in an impromptu speech, sorry, I forgot, those of us who have actually done our impromptu speech today, we were actually supposed to on our camera. We want to see your body language, your posture, your gesture. Last week, when we call you guys to come and make presentation, many of us have different body language. I think Prosper, when he came out, he was just looking straight. He was delivering his speech. When he delivered finish, they don't go back to sit. But in fact, I said, no, come back. So all of us have different body language. Then there were people who were able to express themselves. Now, if you notice, me, for example, I don't like to sit in one place to give my speech. It makes me uncomfortable. I just feel I'm not making any impact. You understand? So I move around. I want to get your attention. You understand? Body language. So many of us will have different body language. How do you feel when a speaker walks up? Maybe in a crowd where there are over 1,000 persons. The speaker walks up to you and taps you. How do you feel? You understand? You feel refreshed. This person notice me. Oh. You understand? It's an impact. So even if you know what they listened before, this guy touched me, be like saying, I did my side. You understand? So body language is very, very important. Facial expression. When you smile with your audience, what are you automatically doing? You are also enabling them to smile. There's a law they call law of attraction. When you are smiling, your audience will also smile. You understand? But if you fry your face, they'll look, you say, what do they do this one? Don't say they're okay. You understand? So it is very, very important when we're using our body language. Please try to move around the stage. Use 75% of your stage. Let's say this is your stage. From here to here is your stage. You should be able to at least use from here. Move around. Move around your stage. Yes, don't stay in one place. Take advantage of your stage. You understand? So that's that about body language. Let's move to the next one. Let's look at the body posture. I'm in slide 38 now. If you look at the squatting shoulders, you will see when somebody stand like this, that person is not confident. So you need to stand upright. Sometimes somebody will stand like this. You need to watch, stand upright. That's the kind of body posture you need to have when you are making a speech. Body placement. You understand? Then your arms. Your arms, making use of your arms, your gesture. Yes, because you can use it to describe. And sometimes but what we are describing, money, welcome. What we are describing is different. I might be saying, that thing was very small. When I say that thing was very small, but my arms is telling me that no, that thing you are saying is very big. So sometimes we might what do they call it? There's a word for it. When we say something else, meaning from what we want to see. Yes, slip of tongues, right? Slip of tongues will come. But your arms will also help you to build clarity. Sometimes you may even forget the word. But when you do like this, something very, you understand? That is also helping you to pass in your message. You understand? So that's one of the things arm can do. Facial expression. You are telling a sad story and they laugh. How? Does he rhyme? It doesn't rhyme. They tell us, say something bad happened. You call it smile. I remember one of my lecturer, I think a numerical series. Facts. Because how mathematics is, we all know mathematics is a very difficult course. You understand? It's a very difficult course. So whenever it comes to class, within him, he knows everything they teach, we know they understand. So what he does is, after he teach more, he go just look us. He go say, I know you know I don't understand. You just laugh. He will laugh at us. Then we'll go back and we'll continue. We'll come back. Well, I have done my own parts. So some of you will fail. We'll continue to laugh. What he's telling us is a sad story. But the thing is sweet out. Because we are now wondering, how are we going to pass this course with the way this man is teaching? So what he's saying may be funny to him, but it's not funny to us. So your facial expression must match with what you are saying. That's the essence. You don't want to be telling us sad story. At the end of the day, you are smiling. Your tone of voice. There's this glow advert. How many of us have watched Good Out in a Search? There is this voiceover. The voice is very thick. I just love to listen to the commentary. Yes. I think it's the same person that does glow adverts. When you go back to all those previous glow adverts, glow, rule your world. That voice. Just go back, go to YouTube and look for it. That voice is sweet me over the air. And I'll be wondering, why don't I have this kind of voice? There was a lady I was talking to, was it last week? Okay, yes, I think it was somebody that also works with us at Leveler Consulting. So she was reaching out to some of our clients who were supposed to join us for the training. And she said, this person has a very good voice. He said, now this kind of person I fall in love with. That's the power of voice. I said, what of if that bad guy? He said, you see, with that voice, I'm okay. And that's it. So some people with their voice alone, no matter how bad they are. Remember we said it last week, that even if you're a bad person, you have people you will influence. Remember we said it. World War I began as a power of words. You understand? I also have this friend of mine. Her name is Kay. She works with Sound City. She has a very lovely voice. Very, very lovely voice. In fact, she was one of the reasons why I started listening to Sound City. Because when she comes, it looks as if it is automated. It looks as if the voice was AI. But it's not. That's her voice. You understand? So these are the things you could use. So you could talk slow. You could talk low. You could talk slow, but you don't talk too much. That was what John Wayne was saying. Is saying to us. Please, when you are giving your speech, know when to lower your voice and know when to put an action in your voice. Connect. Low tone, high tone. When you are describing an action, we expect you to high your tone of voice. You understand? But when it comes to emotion, we expect you to lower your voice so that you can make a difference. You understand? Our speech pace is very, very important. Now look at this. Pace of the speech is the speed at which we say our thoughts out loud. It's like some people are trying to join this. Let me see. Trying to see. Just a moment, guys. I think there are some people in the waiting room. There are a few persons in the waiting room, so let me bring them in. Okay, Philippa has joined. The system is hanging again. Pace of speech pace. How do you go about speech pace? Can you guys see my slide? Because my slide is not showing.
Oh,
You can't see it, but so we all have a group, and the next task is manuscript speech. So next week, that's what all of us will be doing, our manuscript speech. So we'll just run through. I'm going to divide us into group. So let me quickly just do that before we go ahead, before the system comes up. Mr. Kizito, you are in group A. Eniola, you are in group B. Mr. Rabi, you are in group C. Favor, you are in group A. Zibos, you are in group B. Faith, you are in group C. Etim, you are in group A. Zainab, you are in group B. Damilola, you are in group C. We all know our groups. So when I drop the material, you just go to your and pick the one for your group. Did we get it?
Yes, sir. We got it, sir.
Hope we have gotten our groups.
So we will see Fair Rabi and Atidela, right?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I think one of the things I mentioned last week is I've forgotten your question now, but I think one of the answers was when you are giving your speech, please learn to pause. Pausing allows your audience to process what you are saying. You notice that I pause, allow you to process what I've just said. That's you building your speech on clarity and also influencing and also connecting emotionally. It's part of one of the things you also need to put into your public speaking ability is look people in the eyes. When you look them in the eyes, they know that you are confident. You understand? They know that you are confident. It also makes you because any fear we won't grip you, like because of say people they look you. So if you look them back, no they fear your face, no they fear my face. You understand? And that's how it should be. But when you do that, it helps you to build your speech on clarity and make you so very confident when you're speaking. The next thing is 3 ways for us to improve our speech. If people sometimes tell you, will you repeat that, please? Or I'm sorry, I did not get that. The chances are that you are talking too fast. You understand? There are a few ways you can bring your speech to an appropriate pace and win your audience. I think I've just been able to highlight it. One of them is steady breathing and focus on the enunciation. So when we focus on pronouncing word clearly, we unwillingly slow down, slurring and eliding syllables as we speak, which makes it much easier for our listeners to understand and process our message. Recall, the goal of communication is for me to say something and for you to understand it. So if I say it too fast, what happens? You're not getting the message. The aim of communication is what? Is defeated. And I don't want to be so slow because at the end of the day, the message may just come like this and go like this. I want to put it in a good pace so that you can get the message. Each of every of my words, I can be able to call it, pronounce it so clearly. I think the way I'm speaking right now is the medium pace that everyone should actually go. This way, you get the attention of your audience. You understand? Reflect about punctuation in your speech. Next week, we are going to take note of this because when I share the classwork we are going to do for next week, we are going to be taking note. When you are reading, because every one of us is going to be engaging in that discussion. When you are reading, please take note of punctuation mark, full stop, and all of that. You understand? Now, if you want to pace our speech correctly, 20 minutes, we expect that you have used in 20 minutes, 150 words, yes, per minute. Meaning that if you are doing 20 minutes, 150 words, you are going to be having in 40 minutes, you are going to be having 3,000, 20 minutes, you are going to be having 3,000 words. You understand? 3,000 words. 20 minutes per 150 words, you are going to be having 3,000 words. That's how our pace of speech should be. So what about the pitch? Lower frequency, deep, heavier voice. People that have thick voice. That one are for them. Higher frequency, lighter voice. Who has lighter voice I can make use of in the industry? Who has a very light voice? When I used to have a friend, his name is Jonathan. We entered a vehicle from Use 2 one day. We were going to Area 1. And I think we entered the vehicle together. So I was the one that stopped the vehicle. So when we were going, Jonathan asked, where be this place? Immediately he mentioned, where be this place? Everybody just turned back. Sir, we don't carry woman for this motor now. Who be the woman? Because he has a very light voice. You understand? So there are people like that. So even when they shout, their shout no they shake anywhere. You understand? So we have people like that. You understand? So identify your own. When you know your kind of tone, your volume, your pitch type, helps you to know how you can now manage it with audience. If I have a very light voice, you expect that from beginning, I will need to raise up my voice so that I can get the attention. You understand? If I have a very thick voice, what it means is that I know that there are some points where I need to balance it. I need to bring down the volume of my voice because I have a very thick voice. So you must understand the one that works for you. That's for pitch. Then of course, volume. In fact, I was in Otukpo, I think like 3-4 months ago. And some of these big men, when you see them, you know that they don't speak loud. Speak. I don't know whether not too much money carry the volume of the voice, press and go down. I don't know why. He was speaking, and the local government chairman, he was speaking, and everybody was straining their ear to hear what he was saying. And I was wondering, where your voice there? But when it's time for election now, this guy will transform. Is it because you are addressing an audience that you know that no matter how you speak, they need to strain their ear and listen to you? Because it's not the audience. If you are going for campaign, if you use that kind of voice, nobody will vote for you. That's just the obvious truth. Nobody will vote. So because he knows that this audience is not really looking for anything from them, and then they look for something from him. So he wasn't bothered about his volume of pitch. So we must also understand our volume, when to speak high, when to speak low, and all of that. Okay, so I think we have just then the power of pause. I've mentioned this. It is very, very important that we pause when we are making speech delivery. Please pause. Pausing is very important. No too rush. Pause. Nobody will pursue you. My former boss will say, as you don't stand for the crowd now, who they point you gun? Where they make you rush? So pause. There's power of pause. Like we have said, pausing helps your audience to process what you are saying. It helps them to understand what you are saying. It helps them to process all of the things you are saying. And pausing also helps you to eliminate filler words. The arms, the ends, it helps you to eliminate it. I don't know why I'm not getting this. It helps you to eliminate it. You understand? So how can we do that? Yes. You can raise the impact of a remark, bridge ideas, underline the last thing that was said, create anticipation, instill more humor and passion into your presentation. If you notice, at some point, as I'm giving my speech, I'll look for one small funny story I'll put inside. You understand? When you are putting those small stories, it helps your audience, even if they're interested in your stories, they know that, okay, this guy, they talk story. Make I listen, because the next story we want to talk, we don't know how it will be. You understand? So there is short pause. This one is like half a second. Like the one I just did, the pause. There's a spontaneity pause. This one is, okay, you are trying to remember something. Maybe you have been discussing, you have been going, and you want to pause. You say, I'm looking for a word right now. That pause is what we call spontaneity pause. It's deliberate. You know the word, you just want pause. Do you understand? So you must also incorporate that. Then there's a long pause. A long pause when you are discussing, maybe you have hit one thing. Say Nigeria is the capital of poverty in the world. You can have a long pause because you have just hit something. You have said a powerful thing. You want it to saturate. You want it to sit that. Then pseudo pause. The main purpose of pseudo pause, just like the regular pause, is to bring people's attention back to what is being underlined or what is being said. Instead of holding the pause, you repeat or stress the last remark. You understand? Repetition. Maybe you said something. That thing I just said. You understand? Pseudo pause. I think a basket match used to make use of that pseudo pause, where there's this joke, this funny joke that he has said. If you are in the military, you are safe. If you are in the, I don't know if I've heard that joke. He said he was distinguishing a civilian from a military. Where he say if you are in the military, you are safe. You are if you are a civilian, you are safe. But if you are in the military, there are two things involved. It's either you are in the war front or you are in the office. If you are in the office, you are safe. If you are in the war front, there are two things involved. It's either you are killed or you kill somebody. If you are killed, if you kill somebody, you are safe. If you are killed, there are two things involved. They will bury you. Once they bury you, it's either they use you for manure or they use you to go. So he was saying a lot of things. So that's pseudo pause. So it's carrying you along. You understand? So you can also use that too. When you pause, you allow your audience to process what you are saying. Visual aid. Sometimes we have a projector. Sometimes we may have an item. Visual aid will be just a moment. I want to use this. An example of visual aid. Yes. So you may have a projector, you may have a flip chart, you may have maybe a board where you write. You understand? It is very, very important that you use visual aid because visual aid also passes some message. I'm going to use this when we get to illustration. By adding visual aid to dimension, it helps you to also to focus the audience attention to maybe you have statistics, you have tables, you want to show them. You understand? Now, in visual aid, you can also use you can also demonstrate what we call illustration. Okay, the facilitator of the agency facilitator is in. Okay, so I've just communicated with him for him to give me just 10 minutes. Now, so look at me. Everyone, look at me. Those of us online, you can see the video. Okay. The camera is on. I believe you can all see me.
We are not seeing you. I'm not seeing you.
Can you guys see me?
I'm not seeing you, sir.
No, sir. Can't hear you.
Okay, I think you guys cannot see me. I'm trying to check. Okay. I know it's very important that the camera is on this part. How come? Also plan to So I think it's better. So can you guys see me?
No, we can't see you. I'm not seeing you, sir.
Okay. You'll be able to see me now.
I can see
Can
you,
you see
sir.
me now?
I can
Yes.
see you, sir.
Good. So I want to talk about illustration and visual aid.
I'm not seeing you. Yeah, you
Please
did.
just check. You see me. You see me. Just check. Just check through. You see me. I want to talk about visual aid because this is one of the things. You may forget everything we have said, but what I'm about to tell you, you will remember. So have you ever wondered how big is the sun? You know the sun? Yes. Biggest solar system, which is responsible for our lighting. How big is it? It's very, very big. Very, very big. Now there are thousands of, let's say this one will represent our sun, and this will represent our earth. You understand? Now over 1,300 of these earths are entered into the sun comfortably. That's how big the sun is. Forget about the ratio you're looking at. Just an example how big the sun is. Now, what's the distance between the sun from the earth? What's the distance between the sun and the earth? Research has shown that it's like 3 million miles. Like 3 million miles. That's the distance between the sun and the earth. Remember, there are other planets. Now, what's the relationship between this? The earth moves around the sun. Right? We move around the sun. When it does not go, that's the minutes. Are you getting it? Now, the longest distance for us to get an idea of that distance we're talking about. The longest distance in Nigeria is from Maiduguri to Lagos. That's the longest distance. From Maiduguri to Lagos, that's the longest distance. So what it means is that for you to be able to find out the distance between Earth and the Sun, you could travel from Maiduguri to Lagos. You travel from Lagos back to Maiduguri. You will do it 1,600 and something times for you to get the actual distance. Now, what am I doing? I'm using visual aids. I'm not using projector, but I'm using an icon to describe. You understand? So in your speech, in your public speaking and presentation, you can also do something like this. Now, even if anybody has not been listening to all of the things you have been saying, by the time you bring this board, you bring this one, everybody, I wonder, what is this guy trying to do? Do you understand? That's the power of visual. You understand? So, guys, this is where we are going to stop for today. The HSC facilitator is already in, and I just borrowed 10 minutes from his time. You understand? So, during the week, no, or maybe today, I'm going to share us into, I've already shared us into a group. Please, if you don't have a group, just message me later. I'm going to drop the manuscript speech. So the manuscript speech is for you to go ahead and practice it. Next week, you will not be making your presentation. Is that okay? Do we understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So those of us who have not done our impromptu speech, we'll start with you guys tomorrow and next week. Then before we eventually go to manuscript speech. Then extemporaneous speech is your assessment. Yes, I'm going to be telling you about how you are going to carry out your assessment. The third type of speech is your what? Is your assessment. So we only do impromptu and manuscript speech during the class. Then the extemporaneous speech is your assessment. What you are going to do, once you have done impromptu speech and manuscript speech, you know what extemporaneous is. It's a combination of the two. Is that okay? So thank you very much, everyone. We are now switching to health, safety, and environment. Thank you so much.